Last time we talked about being set up and then just starting from this pivot and from here, throwing the spin hook kick through, okay? We also talked about the idea of the little turn step, setting up here and hook kicking through. Now today what I'm going to talk about more is about why the difference between the two of them. And then we're also going to talk about generating power with the hook kick as opposed to just creating a strike versus maybe a kill or going really full bore through the kick. Okay, I think we have to have both perspectives. I think sometimes we need speed and sometimes we need power. Okay, so this methodology here is what I call quick and short. And the idea is that I don't have a lot of time to set up the movement. Maybe I didn't set it up well, so I just have to go directly into the spin. Now what I want to talk about is how your body weight transitions into the spin. So if I'm here and I'm moving, I'm fighting, I'm sparring here, and I end up right at this set position right before I go to kick. So you got to work your footwork. You got to work your footwork in here, knowing which kicks come from where, when I'm going to be in the position to throw that particular kick. I mean, from here I can throw a lead leg side, lead leg round, lead leg hook, all that stuff, but I'm also set for spins. If I'm in a forward boxing position, I'm not set for my spin. I got to make sure that my footwork is working with me, and then I set that. So we're going to talk about this position here. Now for this one, when I turn my heel, there are a lot of ways people can pull things off, but I don't know if they're effective in reality. And the idea is this. Please watch this foot. When I turn, if I lift my heel, then fire my kick, what happens is that the body weight transition is happening during my kick. And the problem with that is that your body not only has to kick and not only has to spin, but it has to find your balance while it's doing that. So instead of doing that, I'd like you to try this. I want you to set the heel and the hip. So as I spin, I'm going to set my heel and my hip. Then I'm going to fire off. Now I have a better base, which means that I have better balance. I have better balance. I can fire the kick better and manipulate it better. If I'm spinning like this and I start on the ball of my foot, then go into the kick and land as I go, there's a better chance that I will lose my balance. So the idea here is that I'm going to set my heel and hip. I'm going to set the heel and hip, kick through, and then spin out of it, okay? As opposed to turning the ball of the foot and spinning up here high on the ball of the foot, okay? Now from a defensive position, G, would you come out? And you're going to be on this side. All right, G's going to do the first one on the ball of his foot. So he's going to get in that sideways position. He's going to throw the hook kick on the ball of his foot. Good. All right, now I want him to set his heel and hip and now throw the kick. Okay, I can already feel, even in slow motion, about 10, you felt it was more solid as it was hitting me. Well, the reason that is because the base is set stronger. Okay, so let's see if we have any friends on here yet. So part one here of part two is about starting from this sideways position, the difference between setting this way and setting this way. Remember, this is an attack. For me, the only reason I'm throwing this kick is because I want to attack somebody. Who we got here, G?
We have one person on.
Fantastic. I love you, whoever you are. Awesome. Thanks for watching. I know we had an immense amount of people on the replay of the last one. It's already reached like 6,000 people, whatever. So, again, instead of setting it with my weight back, I'm going to set it with my weight in because the intention is forward. So I'm going to set it with my weight in and then fire that in. Okay, so this is section one of our part two of the spin. Now that we've established how to set the weight, let's talk about this other turn. So instead of just being set and spinning off the line, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn here. Now, if you notice that my hips are now on the 45. When I'm here, my hips are on the 90. The only time I get to start to kick now is I have to go to that next position. So imagine we're working, I throw a lead hook, boom, boom, I'm here. And then what I do is while I'm doing that, I hide that little turn step. Gee, you can see both my heels, right?
Yes.
Good. All right. So the idea is I'm going to hide that little turn step. Now think about it. Before I've even done anything, my hips are already partially rotated. Now for me to fire from here, it allows me more freedom with my hip. As opposed to being sideways, I'm linear. I lost, I don't know, an eighth or a quarter of my turn. Now I have to do extra work to get that to fire. So if I can set up the mini turn step, plant the heel, then fire off, I'm gonna have a better ability to keep my balance as the kick goes through, okay? So this is one of the two things I wanted to talk about today, was the setup. In part 3, which will be a video next week, we're gonna show you some other methods of setting that up, how to fake it better. We can do a retreat stepping style kick. We'll show you how to do a full 360 turning in kick. Today, the second part I want to talk about is the 2 different ways that we literally will throw a hook kick. Now, I'm hoping you're going to be able to see all this on the camera, so please bear with me. All right, so let's use one pad first, okay? And this is what I call a hooking kick as opposed to a hook kick. A hooking kick to me is my heel it just grazed through the target and then it immediately closed. Okay, put that down, G, fighting stance. Okay, and this is where literally we're in this close range and I noticed that all this is guarded. But I also noticed that's open, don't worry, okay? And then I'm coming around there to kind of the back of the head or around his hand, okay? This would also work in a close range where I noticed that his hand was down and I'm here. In a sport mentality or a sparring mentality where I'm not trying to hurt somebody. So hold that pad one more time. So my range of motion is very limited. It's maybe 2 foot to 3 foot here. I extend the kick, right? I follow through the target and I'm immediately rechambering. Let me demonstrate it again. Okay? It's a very clean, concise kick. Now, let's grab all the pads, Gene. And I'm really hoping you guys can see this. You know what, Gene? Let's do one with my back to the camera, just one target. And I'm hoping you guys see this, okay? So watch as I follow through the kick here. It's very tight. I hope you guys saw this. So let's grab all 3 targets, G. We're gonna go back over here. And by the way, I still didn't get my hair cut. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about generating power, okay? Now we're gonna talk about generating power. This is where I'm still gonna start in the same spot, but instead of just going through and hooking closed, I'm literally going to let the kick follow that line almost twice as far. So from here, I'm going to step, okay, and watch the line of the leg as it goes through. I'm going to step. I'm literally trying to hold that a lot longer as I go through. So step. I'm letting it go through longer. So G, stand here. You get close to the wall, okay? So from here, I'm going to step. Woo! Okay, one more time. That was fun. Okay, so I'm going to step here and watch how I'm really trying to exaggerate that. Now, it'll throw your balance off a little bit sometimes. So one more time here. Okay. So ready? Just regular speed. When I throw it loosely without trying to explain it as we go, it works a lot better. Okay? So the idea is the difference between coming out and hooking back sooner or going out and then really trying to let the leg go through. Now, this methodology is used to generate power. So sometimes when we give power, we do sacrifice other things. So you're gonna have to find out your balance between the two, experiment with both, the shorter method of the hooking style kick, or what we call the hang time method, the longer extension of the leg, firing through for balance, okay? Firing through, for more power. So I want you guys to practice both these methods and give me some comments below about what you guys liked, which part of it, have you tried these? Have you done both methods? And any other questions you guys have. I want to thank you guys for watching all the martial arts videos. This is Spin Kicks, part 2.